and click record. I know we still have people hopping on, but I'm going to go ahead and get us rolling because I want to make sure that I give plenty of time to all of our guest speakers tonight. First of all, is J Flo on here? Where is she at? Where is the J Flo? Am I missing her? She must be hopping on. Let me just message her, make sure she's good as we get going. So tonight we have Miss Molly Baca, Miss Haley Jo Waldrop, and Miss Jennifer Flores. They're all three going to be speaking, and they're going to speak individually. So they will go one at a time. There's J Flo. They're going to go one at a time, and they're going to share a little bit about their current business and their recent journey to Diamond and beyond. So why they decided to become Diamond, what it really took for them to get there, like what mindset they had to get into, because we talk about it all the time. Diamond is not hard. And for most of the people on Team VIP that have gone Diamond this year and or Star Diamond this year, it was a very short window of time from when they made a decision that, you know what, I'm just going to freaking do it. And then it was achieved. And so that's what I really want for all of us to hear. And when you hear their stories, you're going to hear that they all did it completely different for different reasons. And their strategies and their personalities are so different. They all have full-time jobs. They are all mamas, but they're very, very different in their personalities and in their social media styles. So I think that's really important to know too. So I'm not going to take up any more of the time, but I want to have Molly start us off first. And you, my friend, have the floor. So I will mute myself.
Hey, you hear me? We're good? Okay. Okay. So I'm super excited. Oh my gosh, I'm a little nervous that I'm the first one, but it's okay. Okay. So my journey to Diamond really started when I got back from Summit. Well, kind of started when I was at Summit and then coming back from Summit. So for me, I knew that I started my journey in January. I immediately was like, okay, I'm going to sign up for Summit. I made my husband sign up for Summit because I wanted the free workout or the extra workout with Jericho. So I did that. So I knew kind of that first 6 months, like going into that, like Summit was a big deal. And I knew that I could tell by just the community and everything. And I wanted to take advantage of that like momentum going into it. So I got there and just kind of going through all the business track stuff and all of that. One of the biggest things was like, kind of talking about like, what is your goal going out of this? What are you going to do when you get back? And for me, it was really, it was a couple of things. So the biggest thing was to myself, I was like, I'm going to run my own challenge group. I hadn't done that yet. I had piggybacked off of Haley's and I had just added my challengers and stuff into her group. And I wasn't retaining a lot of my challengers. And I remember one of the biggest things that I heard them say at Summit was which is what made me just be like, I got to do this, was, people they sign up with you because they sign up with you. They sign up with your personality, your journey, like what they see in you. They don't sign up for some other coach. They sign up for you. And so I was like, okay, I got to start my own challenge group. Like that's the biggest thing. The other thing that I will say, coming out of Summit, I started realizing and understanding how big this Morning Meltdown 100 launch could be for my business. I think for me, it was like I was kind of like inviting to challenge groups, but like didn't really know. And I think with Morning Meltdown, I just understood that I was like, okay, this is what I needed. Like I knew exactly what I was pushing for, what I was inviting to, and I was doing it pretty boldly. I mean, as bold as I had been in my business. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to take this momentum off of Summit, just like the high of everything and all the mentorship I had gotten. I'm going to run after this Morning Meltdown 100 and push for this. And I'm going to run my own challenge group. And so that was kind of some of the biggest things that I took away from that. And for me, I'm a teacher. And so I knew that coming off of Summit, I was like, I have like 6 weeks or so until I go back to work full time. And so I was like, I've got to take advantage of this time. Now, luckily, when I got back from Summit, Rachel Johnstone sent out a message to her downline, and she was doing a Diamond Bet group with some other top coaches. And this is like right after we got back. And so when I got back from Summit, I was like, okay, look, I'm making Diamond. Like, this is going to happen, and I'm going to do it. Like, this is it. So if I'm going to do it, I might as well win some money and be in this Diamond Bet group anyways. So I signed in for the Diamond Bet. I had done one before, like probably when I was like 3 or 4 months into coaching, totally flaked on it. didn't end up staying in it, totally lost my money. And I was like, no, I'm doing it this time. And I think one of the things that I realized was like, if I'm going to do this Diamondback group, like I'm going to take advantage of these resources. I'm going to take advantage of these top coaches that are in here, the mentorship they're giving, all of the advice, all of like the accountability that they were providing, all of that was something that was important to me. And I was like, I'm going to take advantage of this. So that was one of the biggest things I kept telling myself with my mindset was like, Diamond is happening and you're going to do the things, like just do all the things. So Rachel said Diamond Bet. I was like, I'm in, let's do the Diamond Bet. Push Morning Meltdown 100. I'm pushing Morning Meltdown 100. It was, and the Diamond Bet group, it was, stay up to date with your tracker. One of the biggest things that was out of my comfort zone was pushing for like inviting to coaching because I hadn't really been doing that. And so, really pushing myself to invite for the business, not just for challenge groups, was one of my biggest things. And then, just all of the things that they were doing. So if it was mentorships or videos or whatever, and they were like, comment, do this, I did it. Like I did every single thing because I was like, again, this is happening. And my deadline was August 22nd to hit Diamond. And so when he got back, from Summit and we started that, I realized I was thinking about that today before I got on. I was like, it was only a week. It was only a month. Like it was like 4 weeks when I decided like this is happening for Diamond. It was 4 weeks and I hit it. And in all honesty, as a teacher, it sounds absolutely crazy too that I hit it on the 22nd because that was the first week of school. Like by any teacher standards, that should be the busiest time of your life, like right now in August. And I was like, no, I don't care. Like I'm going to do all the work up until then. So that way it's done by August 22nd. And so that was kind of my mindset going in. I will say one of the biggest things that was like probably just super mindset changing for me and completely, I don't know, it's like it flipped a switch in my brain. In our Diamondback group, ironically enough, it was actually Raquel that came into our Diamondback group and left like a mentorship video on our group. And the one thing that she said that completely changed my thinking about this was she said that in your business, there are going to be seasons of push. And this is a season of push. There are times where your house is not going to be clean. You may not always get your dishes done. You have to tell your husband like, hey, you're going to have to help do some more stuff with the kids, like whatever it is, because this is a season of push and you need to take advantage of that season. And I started realizing that, that's exactly what this was for me. Like I had just come back from Summit, Morning Meltdown was launching. I was going to start my own challenge group and I had school starting in like 4 to 5 weeks. So I was like, the time is now and I have to get this done. And so I think like when Raquel said that, it's almost like it gave me permission to tell myself like, it's okay to push right now and push some other things aside. Like, it's okay to be like, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. My floors are still ridiculously dirty right now because I haven't cleaned them in a while. But it's okay for stuff like that to happen. And I knew like, cause I had written on my calendar, everything just like it had already happened. Like I am a Diamond coach. And I told myself like, it's happening on August 22nd. And it did. And then when I got to that point though, it was awesome because I told myself like when I got there, I was like, I hit this and I did this for myself. Like I did this time and I hit that goal and I achieved it on the day. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, that was one of the biggest reasons why I started this business in the first place. I needed to quit giving up on myself and I needed to prove to myself that I could set goals and I could achieve them. Because I had gotten to a place in my life where I couldn't do that anymore. And I just totally, every time I tried to start something new, I would just be like, oh, you're going to fail. You're going to give up on it. Like, why are you even trying? And so for me, like hitting this Diamond goal, I was like, no, I can do this. And then there's just something in your mind that switches whenever you hit it on those days. The week that I hit Diamond, I was still short by one person. Like I still needed one more coach to sign up. And I was short 2 days before I was going to hit Diamond. I had a girl that was in my pipeline. Like I already knew, I'd already sent her a share card. I knew she was going to sign up, but you just never know like on those days. And I was like, is it going to be by Thursday or not? But I could have easily, in reality, like if I had hit it the next week, it wasn't that big of a deal versus if I hit it on August 22nd. But to me, hitting it on that day I said I was going to was an absolute non-negotiable. Like I set this is the day that it's happening. And I just had to tell myself like, this is when my goal is getting met. Like it's going to happen. So I think, going like, and when I did that and I hit that, it's really about now, like, I feel like I have so much more ownership of my business. You know, I have my own challenge groups that I'm putting content in, I'm putting advice in, I'm listening to my challengers and giving them the things that they need, you know, checking up on them when they start falling off. And then now I've actually like been okay with sharing about coaching on my stories. And as soon as I started doing that, people started reaching out to me about it, and not like crazy, but I had a few, and like my challengers were like, hey, I think I want to talk to you about this and that kind of stuff. So it's just given me this whole new mindset of like this ownership and this almost more like confidence and power behind what I'm doing, because I have hit these goals and I think people see that. And then I'm, you know, and I'm able to build off of that momentum. So I would say for me, like some of the biggest thing was setting that goal, like finding my season of push and what that looked like for me, and then just do the things to get it done. Do your tracker, however you keep up, you know, do all the things every single day. The mindset, the affirmations, guys, I know people, I was one of those people that was like, I don't know about this, is a little crunchy for me with these affirmations, but they are now posted on my mirror. I do them every single day and they really, truly do keep you in that right like mindset. So those are the things. So it was just like doing all the things that were said. And I think looking at our team, the Diamond Bet that I was in, like taking advantage of that and just seeing the amount of resources that are out there and the things that you can tap into when you really are wanting to push. Like if you want it to happen, it can happen and it will happen. You just have to make it a non-negotiable, set your mind to it. So for me, that was it. It was set the goals, find your season, like how to push in that season and what that looks like, and then just do the things and get it done. So that was it.
So good. That was a beautiful kickoff. So well said. Okay, I'm going to kick right over. If you have questions, you can put them in the chat, or we will open it up for questions for all three of them at the very end. Okay, J Flo, you are up next, my friend. Unmute yourself. I'm going to mute me and get out of your way.
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, good. So you have to excuse me. This is my husband's gaming laptop, and the camera's at the bottom. So if you see me like looking off into space, I'm trying to remember that the camera's down there. But Molly, you hit on so many things that really struck a chord with me. Sounds a lot like my story. So thank you so much for getting a lot of that out of the way. But just to give you some background, I work in corporate finance for a private banking company. So I knew that my hurdle was time. You know, with trying to raise a little one and a full-time corporate job, my schedule is super packed. And, you know, to be honest, I use that as an excuse for so long. I was like, I don't have time. I don't have the energy, you know, and I will admit I can be negative Nancy. And ask Laura, I'm sure she's so annoyed with how that negative Nancy chick, man, she comes in and she will take over, but no more negative Nancy. That girl has been kicked to the curb. And a lot like Molly, I went to Summit this year and I was so bummed because I really wanted to be Diamond before Summit. I wanted to have all the amazing parties and the great invites and the advanced training, and getting there was like womp womp. I didn't hit my goal. But instead of sitting around and pouting about it and thinking like, oh, maybe coaching isn't for me, maybe I should give up, I instead switched my mindset to, you know what, dang it, next time I go to Summit, I'm gonna be Diamond. I'm coming back at a higher rank and I'm just gonna do all the things that Laura says. So I don't know if you've seen that movie, Yes Man, the one where he says yes to like everything. That was me. I literally just said yes. Laura said, you're going to be Diamond by August 22nd. I said, okay, yes. She said, you're going to be in this Diamond Bet. I said, okay, here's my $20. Yes. And now she's invited me to a September push group. And what did I say? Hell yes, let's freaking do it. And I think out of everything, that's really just the shift of, like Molly said, making that decision and putting it out there saying it will happen. And I will tell you, I was super nervous in that Diamond Bet. I was like, oh my gosh, if this last person doesn't lock in, I'm going to freaking buy a challenge pack myself. I don't care. It's happening. I'm going to be freaking Diamond. I am not going to mess this up again. And it happened. You know, it doesn't mean that it was easy. And that's the number one takeaway that I want you. I have like literally, y'all, I have like 4 pages of notes. I don't know if you can see me. 4 pages of notes for you guys, but I'll try to pull out a couple of things. Why I wanted Diamond specifically. I wanted to prove to myself that I had leadership skills I could take and apply to many aspects of my life. I also knew that hitting diamond would be a stepping stone to be 2-star. 2-star has been my goal from day one, mainly for financial freedom. Don't tell anybody on this call, but I would love to quit my corporate job. This is the first time I put it out there in the universe. I have never said this before, so it's out there, y'all. It's happening. Mindset. When I started off, I really was thinking, I'll give it a year. I'll put in every effort that I can, and within a year, let's see if it works out. That is not enough, guys. You really have to dig deep and look for your purpose. And when I was at Summit, I'm not kidding, this like gave Laura chills. I was sitting there, and I'm just going to try not to be emotional. One of my challengers texted me, and she said that she had finally hit her weight loss goal, and she is now approved to be an organ donor for her spouse. Guys, that's life changing. And in that moment, I realized that I have a gift of helping others that I never knew that being a coach, I mean, I really signed up for the discount. And then I thought, holy crap, I'm changing people's lives. And that was a kick in the butt, sorry, that I needed to realize what a tremendous opportunity that we have to help others. And I knew that hitting diamond was proof to myself that I could be a leader, that I could build a team, that I could teach others how to be impactful. And you don't have to be perfect. And I got in my head a lot with, oh dang, Raquel has these amazing, beautiful stories, and she just always looks so wonderfully put together. I want to be like that. And, she's been doing this for so long, and I want to learn from her. That doesn't mean I'm going to be, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and have 4 years of experience and it's just going to click. No, it's okay. Embrace the process. And every day I work on my mindset. I listen to podcasts, whether it's on my commute. If I do go into the office, it's about an hour, so I can squeeze in a good podcast and a half. And sometimes I'll write even in my calendar which podcast I'm going to listen to each day, so I don't have to stress out about finding content. And some days are not perfect. Some days I just message Laura and I say, hey, what are you listening right now? I'll listen to that too. Rosa knows that we both love TEDx talks. Amazing. And if you ever need any, I'm more than happy to share content with you. Also, I'm reading this Perfectly Yourself by Matthew Kelly. It was free from my church, so it's faith-based. I absolutely love it. And don't overwhelm yourself with trying to read a whole book. I feel like I am on cloud 9 if I read 3 pages before I fall asleep. So just take it one step at a time. And another big thing is study attraction marketing. So focused on helping my audience. At Summit, we learned to really define who you're trying to help in your business and who you're trying to recruit as a coach. And I wrote it down. I filled out the whole entire page of exactly the type of woman that I'm trying to reach. Her age, where she lives, does she work or not work? Does she have issues with emotional eating? Does she have issues with self-confidence? We all do. And I try to apply that in my stories. So I ask myself, hey, what am I struggling with today? And what can I help others? Also ask your audience what kind of content they're looking for. I've asked people, and it's a great conversation opener. I ask them, hey, I've noticed that you've been following my journey for a while. What kind of content interests you? And a lot of my audience has said, you know what, I really need meal ideas, and I love that you make it super simple. And if it's quick, simple, easy on my plan, it's going in my content. And so now I post a lot more about that. And now I'm getting more and more followers interested because I'm taking the time to listen to what my market is asking for. The impact, like I said, I wanted to prove to myself that I could be a leader and that I could help others be successful. And I knew that getting to Diamond would push me to keep going, because I knew by the time I had a team that I had to show up, right? That I have invested so much time and so much hard work that there's no going back now. There's absolutely no way that I could quit now. I would be letting down my challengers. I would be letting down the new coaches I've recruited, and I'd be letting myself down, because darn it, I am going to Summit next year as multi-star diamond. I'm walking that stage. So just to recap, I want to be respectful of your time. So work on your mindset every single day. Treat your mind the way you treat your body with your nutrition, your exercise. Work on it every single day. Get out of your comfort zone. Pick something. Pick one thing that is really, really awkward and scary. Mine was Facebook Lives. And I just turned it on and I just went for it. I just started talking about some of the struggles that I have in, my nutrition and balancing motherhood. And people enjoy that. People love when you're honest with them. And take action. Don't worry about being perfect. Don't worry about comparing yourself to the number one coach or the coach beside you. Just compare yourself to who you were yesterday and just keep taking those baby steps and it'll get a lot easier. And like I said, for me, time was my biggest issue. So now I plan out my day, literally from when I'm going to wake up to working out to exactly by 9 o'clock, I have to be logged into corporate. By then, I will have already done my workout, made my shake, and posted on social media. Just those simple things of planning out your day and what you want to achieve is going to help you feel more accomplished and keep you going. I could go on and on and on because I'm so passionate about this, and this is a huge goal that I wanted for myself. And if you take nothing else away, I hope that my message to you is just make the decision and believe in yourself and get out of your own way. The only thing stopping you is here, because you have every single skill, every ability, you have every resource, and you have a whole slew of women, experts who are willing to help you. And even if it's just venting, there are definitely days where I'm like, man, I'm so tired. I don't know if I can do this. But it's like a muscle. You'll snap yourself out of it when you start recognizing that kind of negative behavior. So I'm hoping that this was helpful. If you have any questions about what I listen to or what I read or just simple actions, you can message me later and I'd be happy to share with you.
So good, J Flow. You guys are on fire, giving me all the feels. I just love it. There's a lot of good nuggets in there. I hope you guys wrote them down because I sure did. That was really good. Okay, last but not least, Haley, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Hey guys. Great job, Molly and Jennifer. Jennifer, I love how you said that the only thing that's stopping you from succeeding is up here. And that's exactly what happened to me. So my name is Haley. Diamond was a goal for me because I simply knew that I just didn't want to be Emerald forever. I wanted to grow my team and my income. I wanted to be able to get furniture for our new house. I wanted to be able to buy diapers for my baby and a new outfit for myself if I wanted to without having to pick one or the other. I knew we wanted to be one star by the end of the year, so I was making the moves to get there. But my mindset when I started my diamond qualification was all there. I was focused, I was motivated, I was committed, I was doing everything, kind of like Jennifer. I was the yes man. Leah would say, hey, let's do this, let's do that. Okay, yeah, sure. But that quickly changed in August. So August is when all the obstacles came. It was my son's first birthday, so I was like a huge ball of emotions. Shortly after I had my son, I was diagnosed with postpartum depression. So that was really, really difficult for me. I started taking medications, and in August, I was feeling great. And so I stopped taking my medications, which I probably shouldn't have done that. So on top of all the hormones, my son's first birthday, a death in the family, and buying a house, I had all of the obstacles there to stop me from reaching my goals. I have a tendency to just kind of give up or get over something whenever it becomes difficult. I know that sounds kind of sad, but I love for things to come easy. I didn't react well to all of what was going on, and I just completely shut down, doing just the bare minimum to stay afloat. I was already qualifying for Diamond, and I knew that that's just basically all I was trying to do was keep my qualification. And so I was sleeping in until I had just enough time to get dressed for work. When I got home, I just wanted to focus my time on Lawson, my son. I was overwhelmed with emotions, and I was at the point where I just didn't know if I wanted this. It's funny because I was in the biggest funk, and I felt the shittiest that I had felt in a really long time, but I was reaching the biggest goal of my coaching journey thus far. And so August was coming to an end. I had sent out 0 invites, 0 signups for anything. I wasn't showing much in my stories or posts, and I just felt like I just had nothing valuable to give. I had a talk with a few of my friends, and I was actually telling them how I just didn't know if this coaching thing was for me. I didn't know if I wanted to continue, and every one of their responses was, why? Like, you seem really happy, and you seem like you're doing a really good job at it. And so I thought to myself, they're right. Like, I am happy, and I am succeeding, and I'm the happiest and most confident that I had been in months since before I was even pregnant with my son. And why would I want to give that up? Just because it was getting difficult and I had to actually work. So that is kind of where my shift, my mentality, and my mindset in this whole journey to reach Diamond changed. Also, the accountability and support from this team and my coach Leah was a huge reason why I kept going. She believed in me when I just really honestly didn't believe in myself, and I hate to say that, but I didn't. I really would not have gotten out of it so quickly if it wasn't for all the support that I get from you guys. So that's whenever personal development came in. I honestly hadn't done any personal development recently, which I'm a counselor. I'm a licensed professional counselor. So like self-care and personal development is like all I do and teach all day long. And I just wasn't doing it for myself. And I felt the effects of that. So I knew I had to get back into it. As August was ending, my funk was ending. I realized that what I had done or didn't do, and I didn't hit Success Club, which was a huge hit for me because I had been hitting it consecutively since I began coaching. And I was really proud of that. So I wasn't hitting it because of my own actions and my choices, and that was a hard pill for me to swallow. I was disappointed in myself. And in the last week, I was like busting butt. I was sending out invites up the wall. I was getting links out. I was basically like begging people to sign up. And I only got one sign up. And so I was stressing out that last week when it could have been completely avoided if I would have just stayed consistent like I had been prior. And I remember telling Leah that I never, ever, ever wanted to go through that again. So that was another change in my mindset. The action that really made me reaching Diamond possible for me so soon was my spouse account. So you know how everyone always says you need to have your spouse account. You need to get your spouse jumped on, but you never really understand why. You just kind of do it. Like my husband has no idea that he has an account. Well, actually he does now. And he's like, I'm doing work, so I need to get like some of the paycheck. I'm like, no, you are just like sitting there. You're not doing anything. But anyway, now I totally get it. And I'm so thankful that I had done it early on. I was able to reach this goal because I have his account, and I was able to add people onto his account once I reached my own goal. So once I had reached Success Club, I was just pouring people into his account, which made it easier for me to get that extra emerald, but to also stay, to make him stay an active emerald, because I had control over his inactive and active people because they thought they were under me, but technically they're under Rob. So that made it a lot easier to manage. I'm super, super thankful that I had done that. And I know I talked about August being a big funk for me, but it wasn't like that. That wasn't the case for the prior months. I would do my daily actions, inviting anywhere between 10 to 20 people a day, following up with everyone that I had ever invited, and following up with messages of people who had reached out to me, personal development, and sharing my story on like the polls. And now you can do what is it, where you can pick multiple choice type of situation. Can y'all hear me? It just said my connection went out. Okay. So showing up in the social, and I'm fortunate that I have a job where I am able to schedule my clients. So if I have no-shows throughout the day, then I'm able to do my coaching work. I would actually do it all while I was at work, which is why I got in trouble at work, and I'm not able to do anything at work now. So one day I got called by my boss, and he told me basically that he just didn't appreciate me working at work, which I totally understand. I shouldn't have been doing that. I took the flexibility for granted, but that was huge for me because I had to figure out another way to get my coaching business still active, while because I was doing it all at work. So now I have been waking up at 5 a.m. I have been getting my power hour done. I've been working out, personal development, all before baby and husband wake up. And guys, it has been a complete game changer. I feel great. I feel productive. I go to work and I'm like, I don't hate going to work anymore, which, I mean, of course, like, you know, the whole point of this side business is for me to gain an income where it supplements what I'm getting right now from my full-time job so I can eventually stay home. But like, I don't have like a negative Nancy attitude at work anymore. I feel productive. It has kind of been a blessing in disguise that all of this has happened, because now I am doing all of my work before work and I don't have to worry about it during the day or when I get home. I can focus on my son, and I can focus on having a chill and relaxing evening with my family with being unplugged. And it's been a complete game changer. So when I hit diamond, I fell off as a paid diamond within like the week or so. I went back to paid emerald due to my like choices and lack of consistency, which I really couldn't be mad at myself for, because I really didn't do much to expect it to stay the same. But now I realize how much of a mistake that was, and I regret it 1,000%. The good thing is that I can get back to it. So that's what I'm working my butt off to do. I know when I get back to paid diamond, I will get team cycle bonuses and volume dollars, which is more of a motivation to get back up there. But now that we've started our new challenge group, and I'm excited to get my team going, and I'm excited to build my team, I feel like going forward, I need to work at utilizing all the resources that are given to us. But guys, they're all there, and utilize them, and you guys can do it. Basically, if you take anything away from my talk today, I just want you to know that funks will come and go. They will go just as quickly as they come, and how you decide to handle that funk will affect you in your business. Notice that funk, notice that it's there, but still continue to stay committed to your business. You'll be so happy that you did that. Even though it affected me in the ways that I regret now, I am thankful, because it's really showed me how bad and how much I really want this. So I'm excited, and I hope that this helped you guys. And if y'all have any questions, I'm here to answer.
So good. You guys are just fire. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Any questions that you want to pop in the chat or unmute yourself and ask any of the leaders that just spoke, Haley, Molly, or Jennifer? No, it's okay if you don't. That's totally okay. But I hope that you saw the differences in these incredible leaders. Like, their stories are so different. Their journeys to diamond have been so different. And again, if you follow them on social media, they're so different just as people, but they had such similarities and such commonalities within their journeys. It was a decision. If you want to make a move in your business, you have to make a decision, because it's not going to just happen. And I promise you, especially with getting to diamond, the slower you do it, the harder it is. Because then you start chasing your tail, and you're trying to like, oh, this person went inactive, and oh, this person. And sometimes when you're building your diamond, for most of us, your spouse is one of your emeralds, and you may have one working coach, or it may be somebody else that you control. So you are having to put in a lot of the effort to get your diamond off the ground, but it's so important for your business, because like Molly said, it just opens up so many other avenues. It's so much more than just your rank, but it really changes the course of your business. And I hope that you see that. Number one, it's a decision. Number two, you're going to have bumps. Jennifer talked about not having time and having a negative mindset. We have all struggled through that. Haley being so open and sharing, like, she hit diamond and then had a huge funk. The diamond blues, y'all, is real, because when you push so hard to hit for a goal, and then Haley held that goal for 6 weeks, and then it's like, oh crap, what do I do? And then life starts coming at you. And that really is the true test of how bad do I actually want this? Do I want to hold it? Does me seeing my business crumble just as fast as I built it, does that make me realize, you know what, this is important to me, and I'm going to freaking go all in no matter what bumps come my way? That's a true test of what kind of a leader you're going to be, and what kind of a business you're going to have a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So that's a huge testament to the success that you're going to see, Haley. I'm super proud of you for that. Any other questions that you guys have for any of them?
One other thing I want to mention is that we always say Emerald like starts your business. That's what allows you to start earning passive income, or that opens your business. Diamond starts it, right? So if you're an Emerald coach, that opens you up to earning volume, earning team cycle bonus. We earn $14 per cycle bonus. But when you're Diamond, you're earning $18. So if you're earning any sort of team cycle bonus, or you want to, which that should be a goal for everyone, because that's where you really can have that life-changing income. If you're an Emerald, you're leaving money on the table, right? And I don't know about you, but the idea of me throwing money in the trash every Thursday because I wasn't at Diamond motivated me to get my butt to be there. So I don't know what motivates you, but for me, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm literally leaving money on the table every week that I'm not at that place. Diamond is going to put you in the place to earn the most team cycle bonus. Another benefit to Diamond is we have a VIP Diamonds message thread with all of the diamonds and star diamonds. And that is very special because that's where we kind of share more of the insider tips. Because at that point, as a Diamond, I believe that means, okay, they set a goal, they're committed to achieving it, and they're in this, right? Anybody can become a coach. Emerald is a decision that could literally happen in 24 hours. It should happen quickly, but Diamond is that next level. And so we're going to treat you like a level. That's where you have a question, I'm in there messaging. Rachel's in there. Genevieve, we're all sharing our best practices with you. So I would encourage you to get in that message thread because it's awesome. And then third, we also have every other week access to Diamond and Above calls. It's mastermind pushes. It's also led by my upline coach, Lindsay Matway, who is the top earning coach in all of Beachbody. And that's where we get training from awesome coaches outside of our team that are crushing the game. And that has been amazing for me. I've been in this business for 4.5 years and I'm loving being in those calls. But you don't get access to that until you're Diamond. So what I would love for all of us to do, if you're on this call, it means you took time out of your Sunday night to be here. And that says a lot. So kudos to all of you. But what is there, 31 of us in here? If you are not already Diamond, I want you to put your date of when it's happening. Because we can say, oh, Diamond, but Molly said she set the date. And while, yes, she could have hit it a week later and it could have been, it's an arbitrary date, it matters. And I don't know about if you're like me, but I'm a procrastinator. I know that about myself. I used to get hard on myself, but that's just who I am. I do better with the fast approaching deadline. So if you haven't already, put in the chat, when are you hitting it? Give yourself, if it stresses you out, honestly, you could hit Diamond in a couple weeks, depending on where you are in your business. It really isn't that hard. It's a mindset thing. But if you're stressed out about it, what's a month from today? What is today? September 9th? By October 9th, everyone on this call has the ability to hit Diamond. Like straight up. Okay? So I say that with love, but I know that it's possible, and really it opens up so much more for you, and I want that for you. And if you're here on this call, I know you want it for yourself, so let's just go ahead and make it happen. Cool? All right, any other questions or anything that we need to chat about?
I am not seeing any dates roll through the chat, and I'm just.
Oh, wait. Yeah?
It's like it's as if you didn't hear the speakers and you are not excited. I'm going to assume that your hands are just, they're busy because you're telling everyone, oh, your husband will be Diamond by Thursday. Okay, girl, I see you, Haley.
I love that. That's awesome. Make husband a Diamond. My husband's a Diamond. I have a second business center that's a Diamond. Diamond is not hard, you guys. It's just a decision. Straight up. Just a decision of like, I'm going to make it happen. Okay? I put that leaderboard and everybody was kind of like laughing at people be like, oh, Ryan's a Diamond? I'm like, yes. He, i.e. me, is a Diamond. Yes. So make your husband, like, yes, it should be Diamond. And then we're going to teach you how to race to 2-star and really transform your financial future, right? But Diamond's where we started. Cool. October 9th. I'm seeing it. Teresa.
Feel better.
Halloween.
Feel better.
Yes. Agreed. You don't celebrate Halloween. We'll celebrate Diamond. Heck yes. You can have like a ring pop on Halloween. How about that? A Diamond ring pop.
Okay, sorry that we are 9 minutes over. I will get this recording up tomorrow for anybody that you want to share with your teams. I hope you have the most wonderful evening. Thank you again, girls. You guys were incredible. So proud of you, and I cannot wait to see you all hit 2-star by the end of this year. All right, have a wonderful night. See y'all on the social. Bye, y'all.